Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I go live on Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly here. And actually I should be live on Facebook. What's going on everybody? I'm Sami Abusad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Welcome to the weekend edition of the Strategic Swing Trader. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. My camera's broken this weekend, so we'll have to do without. Before I start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below. And if you find benefit in today's video and you'd like to help support our channel, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps us out quite a bit. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go over the market and I'll be giving you my outlook for next week. We'll also be going over my top swing ideas for Tuesday, since Monday is a holiday. And I hope you are enjoying the 3-day weekend. As you can see, we have a pretty large, big top on the daily chart of the Qs. This is a big bearish top, but it hasn't yet resolved itself one way or the other, meaning we haven't decisively broken under and we certainly are nowhere near taking out the highs. So until that happens, you know, we're still inside of that big base. But my prediction, as it was last week, is lower, not higher. Okay, everything that I'm looking at, every sign that I look for is bearish. Everything that I'm looking at here is bearish. Maybe the only exception would be the SPY. It is not that bearish, but it's starting to look bearish. The 20 MA is also starting to flatten out, but the Qs is definitely much more bearish. And as you can see, as I said, we have a pretty large top. If you look at the weekly chart, we have a doji bar there that closed under the 20 on the weekly. We probably just need to break under it, and then we should definitely, after that, in my opinion, retest the prior pivot low once we break 369.30. But 369.30, that would be waiting until this breaks. That's too late. In my opinion, if we just take out Friday's low, 374.80, we should continue on lower. Okay, last week I said my bias was bearish. The market really ended up coming in a little bit, rallying, and then we triggered a sell setup. This is called the sell setup when you have a breakdown and then a 3-bar rally, and then we take out the last bar's low. So that's actually called the sell setup. So again, I'm going to continue to be bearish unless this gets taken out, which is 390. So I'm giving you the numbers for, I'm giving you the if scenarios. If this gets taken out, which is 390.20, then all bets are off. And then if we take out 374.86, that would be, to me, confirmation that we're lower. Okay, so I'm bearish as is unless this pivot gets taken out. Okay, the IWM, if we want to take a look at it real quick, has a pretty big breakout failure there. See it? Breakout, and then now we're back down to the bottom of the base, so under the base. That confirms the breakout failure. So the IWM looks different than the SPY and the Qs, but it is bearish too. If we look at Bitcoin, I mean, right now it's a short. Bitcoin. I shorted Bitcoin a week and a half ago or so on the break of 45,500. Notice it based for a long time. The 20 was coming down on it, and then we had a breakout failure right here. So breakout, and then it came back in. So that was a good short. I'm not in it short because I already withdrew my funds from the only exchange where I can short it. But that's actually a sell setup right here. Probably the same with Ether. Yep, it is the same with Ether, though Ethereum is a little bit stronger than the Qs. Okay, but again, everything is flashing bearish to me. Okay, on to the watch list. Here's the bullish stuff. I mean, AMAT, wow. If I didn't know the market was bearish, I mean, look at AMAT. Incredible. All out bullish. AMAT, okay? So this kind of already triggered, but I don't think it's too late. If you look at the weekly chart, it just basically just broke out, okay, on Friday. So just above it, long stop under it, stop under 140, 141, okay, on the AMAT. BTU is got a daily breakout. It already broke out here. So that was the best entry, honestly. I missed it. But it looks okay still over this bar's high. Stop under it. Stop under 12.16. So over this bar's high, 13.51. Stop under 12.16. And has room to about 18, maybe even higher, $18 or so on the BTU. CPE, a lot of the oil stocks have been really, really bullish. And a lot of them are gone, long gone. This one is just breaking out here. So I like the CPE over 57.05. Stop, the tightest would be 52.45. So it's a $5, $4.50 stop. Pretty big stop. DELL. This was not a real breakdown. It spun off, I think, VMW. That's why it gapped down a large amount. Basing at the highs, that's a base breakout. I like it. I don't absolutely love it, but I like it enough to play. Over 60.70, stop under 59.12. Let's just say 59. And then in terms of target, no clue. It could just keep going. There's literally no resistance above. Okay. ESRT is a daily buy setup. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. It's kind of an hourly base breakout over the base, stop under it. It's not my favorite, but it's a daily pullback plus a doji bar, is like a 1, 2, 3. ILMN is a daily buy setup. It's also a monthly buy setup on the ILMN. Weekly is okay. Had a pretty bullish gap that day. That's an island reversal. That gap was really bullish. But ILMN, I looked at it a few times that morning to trade it, to play it long, but it had $1 spread. I mean, it's just way too spready. So I ended up not doing it. It does have a daily buy setup. So long over that bar's high, stop under it. Okay, it's an idea. JKS, if it takes out the red bar's high as a longer term play, because it has a monthly buy setup. Retesting the rising 20 at support. So not too bad, but it would need to take out the big red bar's high. So long above it, stop below it. Over $50 by 44.90 on the JKS. Chinese. NI, bullish, like a 1, 2, 3. So broke out on Friday, on Thursday, put in a narrow range bar on Friday. It's called an inside bar. So it's a 1, 2, 3 if it takes out 28.44, stop under 28.13. Okay. NYC is a daily buy setup and more like an hourly breakout on the NYC over the base, long stop. The tightest stop would be 10.45, and then the entry would be over 11.50. It looks like, yep, 11.50, and then stop would be under 10.45. Target 1 would be the prior high, and then target 2 would have to zoom out and see where the resistance is. Around $14, that's where we had a breakout failure right here. So not too bad. Oxy is another oil stock that's a little bit up there, too far gone, far from the 20, but still bullish. And monthly looks higher. Monthly is just breaking out. So I like it. Not too bad on the Oxy. Over, I don't know what the highest point is. It's got to be 35.75. 35.75, stop under 34. Okay, on the Oxy. PGRE is a weekly 1, 2, 3. Okay, so over that bar's high, stop under it, target the 200 MA and the prior pivot high around 11.50. So the entry for this would be 9.86, stop under 9.11, and target about 11.50. Okay, PLTK is a transition A on the daily chart. So long over 19.25, stop under 18.25. It's a $1 stop and target basically where the stock fell from. That's where resistance is. The first area of resistance is around $22. Second area of resistance is around 24. I would say 22 for target. Qualcomm is one of my favorite ideas. because it's a longer term play. If you look at the monthly, that's called a 1, 2, 3 on the monthly chart, okay? An igniting bar, a narrow range, resting bar, and then a continuation over 192.68, but it already triggered. Might as well play it over 193.60, okay? Stop under 171. So over 193.60 by 171.20, it's a $22 stop. I mean, 22.5 almost. Huge, but looks higher long term, okay? REE is a daily buy setup plus a range expansion bottoming tail. So I like it higher over 530, stop under 475, and target around the $7 area up here. So I like it over 530 by 475, target up here, okay? WLL, another oil stock. So on this list, we have 3 oil stocks, I guess. WLL, Oxy, and CPE. And the WLL long over the red bar's high, 73, 76, 73, stop under $72, okay? On the WLL. So it's a pretty long list, and most of it will not trigger unless the market turns bullish. The vast majority will not even trigger. Here's the bearish list, which is, I think, is a long list too. AVIR is a base breakdown. I believe it triggered on Friday already, but if it can base a little bit here, then I like it short still under $7. Stop would be over 8. I think it might be at all-time low, so yeah, it is. So no target for now. It would have to be managed. Crowd has a 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart, so short under this bar's low, stop above it. Okay, on the CRWD. BKKT, what a bearish stock this BKKT is. This trend, so bearish. Wow. So I don't love the breakdown right here on the daily chart. I would have liked it to have, if it had based a little bit longer, but it's just such a bearish trend. So it looks lower to me still. It's down 90% almost, right, from the prior high that was set just 2.5 months ago. Wow. So it looks lower still, okay, under the base. Stop above it. I don't know what the numbers are. You'd have to just go to the lowest point, which looks to be 540, and then the highest point would be 660, okay? ESTC is kind of a 1, 2, 3, so short under this bar's low, stop above the high. I don't know what the target is. Looks like it has a lot of room. Yep, it does. First target area would be, I would say that should be the target, $80, maybe $81 or so. So it has good amount of room to fall. Humana has a sell setup. I don't like it when the sell setup, this is called the sell setup, when you have a move up in a downtrend, a counter rally in a downtrend. I don't like it when the sell setup starts with a wide range green bar. But this would be the secondary sell setup. The first sell setup triggered already when we took out the green bar's low right here. So this would be the second sell setup, and the entry for it would be under this bar's low, 385.89 with a stop over 397.65. I'm not used to taking plays with such big stops. We've seen a few here that have really big stops. This is one of them. But the target is also 350, 351. The target is also $35. Okay, about $35. So it does have decent reward to risk. The hourly chart looks good under the double bottom right there. Stop above the base. Maybe target 1, 358.50. And then if the market is also really bearish, then 351.25 would be target 2. But I would definitely think of 358.50 as target 1. Okay, MVIS triggered already also, but just like the BKKT is just all out bearish. And MVIS might also be down. No, it's not down 90%, but it's down a lot. I mean, it's down probably 75 from the top. Okay, so that looks lower still under the base stop above it. NIU is a 1, 2, 3. It's like CrowdStrike. Okay, so this is similar. 1, 2, 3 short under, stop above. NTP gap down last week and has been basing under the 20, so short under the base, stop above it. I don't think this has a high reward to risk. Otherwise, maybe it does. Maybe it falls all the way down to $5. Otherwise, that's not a bad pattern at all. And the longer it's based under that 20, that flattish 20, the better it becomes, because the 20 will start to point down, make it better. Space was the best play called in the room on Thursday. Okay, and this day as a gap play was really, really nice. Has a 1, 2, 3 now. So under 975 short, stop over 1016. Only issue is when I do the 1, 2, 3 on the daily, I like the 20 MA on the hourly to have already caught up to price. It's not quite there, but again, I like it lower still under the lows with a stop over 1016, or if you want to give it more room, one could use 1043. Okay, over 1043. Oops, that's crypto. We're not interested for now in crypto. VMEO is a 1, 2, 3 also. Okay, so short under the SPAR's low, stop above it, about a 90-cent stop. Okay, on the VMEO. The long list was copied and pasted for your convenience into the description of the video. Okay, so you can so you wouldn't have to type it up. And if you're a member of the Strategic Swing Trader program, then the newsletter has already been updated, completed. Feel free to log on to your account and see which plays, which symbols I picked for tomorrow. Okay, if you have any questions for us, reach out by emailing info@t3live.com, info@t3live.com. But I do hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will talk to you next time. So until next time, I'm Sami Abu Saad with T3 Live. Good trading, everybody.